This video is gonna be video game a remake wish list. So I'm gonna make like a wish list of games that I wish would be remade, right? So this is different. Like last year, last summer, I did like a sequel wish list, but this one's gonna be like for remakes. So remakes, like when I think remakes, I'm thinking any game that's 7 years or older, right? So any game older than, let's say, a 2017, right? So yeah, like and subscribe. I share the video all over. So first one here is gonna be Destroy All Humans Path of the Furon. And Path of the Furon, I know they did the Destroy All Humans 1 a remake, right? And 2. So this game had a like a super annoying motion blur for some reason. And the resolution itself wasn't very good. But like with a remake, they could fix all those things, right? All Humans has a jetpacking. Anytime like you're moving very fast on screen, there's this annoying blur on the screen. It got very annoying and it was visually unappealing. But yeah, like with a remake, they could fix all that, make it look smooth and fluent, just like with the Destroy All Humans 2 and Destroy All Humans 1 remake. And like I know with this game, it is possible because Destroy All Humans 1 and 2, they were already remade. So a THQ Nordic, right? Definitely. I hope they give me like Destroy All Humans a Path of the Furon remake. So this game, I believe, is this a Destroy All Humans 3? Let me know down below. But yeah, definitely a Path of the Furon, right? Destroy All Humans is one of my favorite franchises like of all time. 1 and 2, it's so enjoyable, right? A Path of the Furon had lots of stuff, so you were probably the most OP like in this game. In the saucer like was the most OP. You had so many abilities. Bring all those abilities back. You could literally freeze time. Telekinesis like was a lot more. Was the same, but it was a little bit different like in this game, right? The Zapomatic is back. The fire gun is back. I believe this one had various a bouncing weapon. Yeah, so you can bring all those back in the remake. I decided it's gonna be the King Kong, Peter Jackson's King Kong movie game, right? So play as Kong, play as Jack, right? But the gameplay arc is very different between the two. You mostly play as Jack. It is a very immersive experience. Like it puts you in that grounded hunter gatherer type of experience, right? And yeah, but like with a Peter Jackson remake, right? So you would basically bring back all of those areas again, all of those levels, the forest. Like it really shows you Skull Island. It really puts you in this immersive Skull Island experience, right? So like you would bring all that back with obviously modern day graphics, resolutions, and all those things. And yeah, King Kong as well. Play as Kong. The play as Kong moments, right, where you're like this 25-foot beast, right? You just smashing through everything, like through dinosaurs and giant bats and giant snakes and all those things, right? And yeah, but the duality is very fun because you play as Jack mostly, but then like you build up towards playing as Kong. And yeah, but like in a remake you would have all of those elements, all the levels again. And it's like the movie. It's just like the movie, but it adds more. It's like a different take on the movie. But yeah, I want to see this one remade. Next one's gonna be Infamous 1 and Infamous 2. Sucker Punch hasn't made like an Infamous game since Second Son in like 10 years. It's been 10 years since the last Infamous game. Infamous. I'm hoping that they make a Infamous 4, but Infamous, was very. I liked it because a play as good, play as evil, and a playthroughs vary. So the playthroughs vary, and a remake you would have those same things back again. Play as good, play as evil. The karma is, the choices you make in the world, they will dictate the how a society sees you and all that, and your powers as well. Another thing too, like Infamous 1, our mechanics are kind of janky. So like an Infamous 1 remake, right, improve upon those walking mechanics or running. It felt very odd and off. Infamous 2 fixed that though. So Infamous 2 fixed it, right? Walking around like was a lot better, and the movement just felt more fluent, right? And yeah, the electricity. So you had the powers of electricity, right? So it changed visually. It looked different from 1 to 2. In the remake, it's gonna look even more realistic. And yeah, all the abilities, bring them all back, right? The upgrade trees, the side missions, right? The cities, the NPCs, all those things. And yeah, the voice actors. And yeah, another one's going to be SOCOM 2 and SOCOM 1. SOCOM 2, this is probably the first ever military shooting game I played. SOCOM Remake. So a SOCOM Remake, SOCOM 1 and 2, they fall under the same category. I'm more familiar with 2, but 1 and 2, they play very similar. So SOCOM, like a third person, tactical, strategic type military shooter. This is the first military shooter I ever played, ever. But SOCOM, right, like with a remake, you would improve upon the graphics, improve upon the shooting mechanics, the cover, the grenade throwing, the commands, and all that. So basically, like you're in a squad of 4, and then you're this one, this one guy, and then you can basically command your squad through these various command options, like on the screen menu, right? And yeah, so you bring all those commands back, right? Improve upon the AI. Sometimes the AI, especially in 1, was a little slow to react, right? But 2 improved upon it slightly. Like a remake, they could, improve upon all those things. And yeah, the shooting mechanics, definitely. The sound designs, the lighting as well. The lighting, a big thing that the game was in dark areas. The game was very dark. It looked very dark, right? You had a night vision, but it was kind of hard. The camera, like in that first person, you had to switch to a first person crosshair view to activate the night vision. But like in a remake, you could, remove that, right? So you can still be in third person mode while having a night vision. And yeah, all those things, right? SOCOM, co-op, right? You bring back co-op. There was an online. I'm not sure how online would work in a remake. I'm not sure. But, the last SOCOM game we had was SOCOM 4. That was 14 years ago. So SOCOM 4, and that one was a letdown to a lot of people. But SOCOM 1 and 2, definitely. Like, I remember these ones really got me like into the franchise. I remember these a lot, especially 2. But yeah, SOCOM Remake, I'm all on board for that. And PlayStation don't really need it, but PlayStation, it would be nice to see PlayStation bring in like their own shooter game or their own shooting game, right, for this generation. And yeah, definitely. Next one's here is going to be Gangs of London, a very old case. Gangs of London, it plays similar to like a GTA. It's not like it's not GTA, but it plays similar in the driving style and this, gang, a crime, a warfare. Gangs of London remake. So basically, you chose a faction. There's various gang factions, and the factions are depending like on who you choose. You have various feuds that you gotta go up against, and yeah. Now a remake, you bring all those factions back, all those things. It plays very similar to like a GTA game, like those early GTA games like in the PS2. Plays very similar. So like in a remake, you'd obviously, upgrade the visual style, the art style, and the driving mechanics. You could drive. There were various missions. So there were various types of missions like escape, infiltrate, sabotage, right? Detonate, all types of missions. Gangs of London, though, to the people, how impressive that is, right? You kind of, they would have to edge up, kind of fix up some of the objectives and level and design. That easier to make it, a better overall and improve upon it, right? And yeah, but Gangs of London, I definitely want to see a remake for this one. And yeah, it would play, I could imagine it looking like a GTA 5. Like on the PS5 or the PC, like looking hyper realistic. Jak 3. Now this one I know, Jak 3 definitely, because I know Naughty Dogs is capable of remakes. They've been doing The Last of Us Remastered, and then The Last of Us Remake, The Last of Us Remake for PC. So they've been, and then The Last of Us 2 Remake last month. So they've been milking the Last of Us franchise. So I know, I would imagine they're capable of a Jak 3 remake. Jak 3, this is the one where, it was a multiple genres in one, like a racing game, a platformer, right? Like some sort of a third-person action, animated action. But yeah, it was, this was like a different point like in the franchise. But definitely a Jak 3 remake, because of the versatility like of the gameplay, it would be very nice, in today's game, world, right? The versatility, it can be like a semi-open world, like a platformer, and you can have all these different genres like in one, and visual style too is gonna look better. There's lots of memes online of like, what would a Jack 4 look like, and then people make up their own their visual styles like of a Jack and Dexter. Really, like I want them to make a Jack 4, but a Jack 3 remake definitely, right? And yeah, this is how I got introduced to the franchise. So then I went backwards, so to a 2 and then 1. So it's kind of weird that I played that Daxter 1 on PSP, but definitely a Jack 3 remake. And with the weapons, the tournaments, the arcade, the challenges, all those things, the checkpoints, improve upon the checkpoints, and yeah. So yeah, remakes part 1, or remake wishlist part 1. Like and subscribe. Thank you.